My people, the elders say, a friend who cannot clap when you dance is an enemy in disguise. Jealousy is a disease that eats joy and blinds the heart. Learn to celebrate others, for your own blessings may be waiting by the corner. And so, this is the story of Adaobi and the shadows of friendship, a tale from our land that teaches us that light will always defeat darkness, no matter how long the night lasts. A story that carries the smell of truth and the taste of wisdom. In the faraway town of Ogoshi, there lived a young woman called Adaobi, the pride of her father's house. She was the first daughter of Chief Okonkwo, a man whose wealth and name rang from the market square to the king's palace. Adaobi was beautiful, not only in face but in spirit. Her words were soft like the morning dew, and her heart was as pure as the stream that never runs dry. Her father loved her deeply and often said, "Adaobi, you are the light of this family. Wherever you go, let your light shine, but never forget home." She grew up among her 4 siblings, 2 brothers and 2 sisters, in peace and laughter. After she finished school, she moved to the city to chase her dreams, and there she shared a small but cozy apartment with her close friend, Ginika. At first, life between the 2 girls was sweet like honey. They cooked together, laughed together, and shared their little secrets. But as the elders say, when 2 friends stay too long in one room, envy begins to knock on the door. One evening, Adaobi came home with her eyes shining and her smile wide. "Ginika," she said with excitement, "I've met someone. His name is Chika, and he treats me like a queen." Ginika hugged her friend tightly and laughed. "That's wonderful, my dear," she said aloud, but deep within her heart, a small snake of jealousy began to raise its head. You see, Ginika also had a boyfriend, but he was not as caring or generous as Chika. While Adaobi's boyfriend brought gifts, flowers, and surprises, Ginika's own lover barely sent her even a word of encouragement. Each time Adaobi opened a new gift or told another story of love, Ginika's heart burned quietly like fire under ashes. Still, she smiled and said, "I'm happy for you," while in her heart she murmured, "Why not me?" Days passed, and the envy inside Ginika grew teeth. She began to whisper lies, weaving words like a spider weaves its web. She told Chika that Adaobi was not as innocent as she looked, that she had other men in secret. At first, Chika did not believe her, but Ginika was clever. She forged false proofs and spoke with tears that looked real, though they were both standing outside the gate. Soon, Chika's heart turned cold. He stopped calling, stopped visiting, and one day, he said to Adaobi, "Let us go our separate ways." Adaobi's world broke into pieces. She cried until her pillows were soaked. And who came to comfort her? Ginika, the very hand that had pushed her into sorrow. For months, Adaobi tried to move on. Ginika, thinking her plan had worked perfectly, waited for Chika to notice her, but Chika refused her advances. Instead, he stayed away from both of them. Anger began to mix with her jealousy, turning her heart darker. She started telling Adaobi more lies just to keep her sad. "I saw Chika with another girl," she said. "He doesn't even ask about you anymore." Adaobi only sighed. "Ginika, we are no longer together. Let him go." Ginika was shocked at Adaobi's calmness. The evil in her heart was hungry for more trouble. Then, one bright afternoon, fate turned its wheel again. As Adaobi walked home from the market, a young man stopped her. His name was Obine, tall, respectful, and kind. Their friendship grew like young yam shoots after rain. Obina loved her deeply and showered her with care. Adaobi, being a truthful soul, told Ginika everything. "Ginika, I've met someone new," she said, her face glowing. And once again, jealousy began to rise like smoke from the same fire. This time, Ginika's jealousy was no longer quiet. She began spreading new lies about Obina and Adaobi. She sent messages pretending to be other people, saying Adaobi was unfaithful. But Obina was not a man easily fooled. One evening, he told Adaobi, "My dear, someone close to you is trying to destroy us." Adaobi laughed softly. That cannot be Ginika, she said. She's my sister from another mother. She can never hurt me. But Ginika's evil had grown beyond words. She went secretly to a native doctor, an old man with white eyes and bones around his neck. I want Adaobi never to love again, she said. Make her life bitter in love. The old man gave her a charm, and she buried it near Adaobi's window. From that night, Adaobi began to dream strange dreams. One night, she saw Ginika chasing her with a knife, laughing wickedly. Adaobi woke up trembling and began to pray. The next morning, she remembered Obina's warning. Someone close to you, he had said. Tears filled her eyes. She decided to test her friend. Adaobi began to tell Ginika false stories, pretending that she and Obina were having problems. She watched closely to see how Ginika would react. Days later, Ginika slipped. I told him that you don't like him again, she said without thinking. Adaobi's heart sank. So it was true her friend was her enemy. That evening, Adaobi packed her bags and quietly left the apartment. She found a new place to live, far from Ginika's shadow. She told Obina everything, and together they prayed and stood firm. Weeks turned to months, and Adaobi's life began to shine again. Her love with Obina grew stronger. One day, Chika returned, full of regret. Adaobi, he said, kneeling, I was blind. I listened to lies and hurt you. Forgive me. Adaobi smiled gently. What is gone, Chika. I forgive you, but my heart now belongs to another. Not long after, Ginika came to, her eyes swollen from weeping. Adaobi, I am sorry. I let jealousy destroy our friendship. Adaobi looked at her quietly and said, Ginika, envy is a fire that burns the heart that carries it. I forgive you, but let this be your lesson: what is yours will come in its own time. And from that day, peace returned to Adaobi's life. She married Obina, and together they built a happy home.